Celebrating 30 years on the air on WROI is the first federal program. Hosts may have changed, but the program is still the same. Now continuing a long-standing tradition, streaming on the First Federal Facebook page and on WROI. It's time for the First Federal.
And good Friday morning. It is the First Federal program here on the 27th day of March, the final Friday of March. Good morning, Tanner.
Good morning, Randy. How we doing?
Good. How are you, sir?
Doing well.
It's a crazy March Madness going on out there in the world.
It is. My boilers are still dancing.
They are. They are.
That's for one more day.
I can honestly say that I actually watched the Purdue game last night, and yeah.
I agree, Randy. That's, they've got a good opportunity.
I got to give the credit where credit's due, you know. I know that they weren't showing the love a few months ago back, but, you know, I'm the guy, I'll show some love. And
well, appreciate it.
because, you know, I told my wife, she goes, you're going to cheer for Purdue? I said, yes, because, you know, how cool would it be for the whole state of Indiana to say, you took care of football, Boilermakers took care of basketball, the state of Indiana's alive in sports. That would be
especially with the Final Four in Indianapolis.
Yes, that'd be kind of cool.
Which I was telling Todd before, Todd Van Sickel's our guest this morning, one last time before he retires in 2 weeks. Senior Vice President of Operations and Technology at the bank, if you didn't already know. So he'll be joining us throughout the whole show. I was telling Todd before we got on air, theoretically, going into tonight, it still could be an all Big Ten Final Four.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be pretty wild. In Indianapolis.
In Indianapolis, yeah.
That'd be a hot ticket.
Has that ever happened?
I don't believe so. There's been multiple
maybe,
Big Ten teams at once, but not all four.
I didn't get to hear the interview. I saw where they were going to talk. I forget who. There was a group of guys talking about how the Big Ten has just started to dominate and take over a lot of sports.
Yeah.
And I mean, you look at the football, what they did with, you know, you had Oregon, you had Indiana, and then now basketball potential Final Four Big Ten.
It's kind of funny when paying players and everything like that is legal now.
Yeah.
The Big Ten is taking a step forward, and SEC's taking a step back because everybody's on their playing field
Everybody's
now.
on the playing field.
But the rules they were playing with for a while.
But why is that? Because the Big Ten now has $70 to $80 million in TV revenue.
Yeah,
They
that
can
makes a
invest in
difference.
facilities, and equipment.
Yeah.
Well, and part of it too is, you know, I mean, just you get those quality players, you know, maybe that you couldn't get before. Now that hey, you know, some of these players are going, I want to go have a chance at a national title, you know, and so
give more exposure, maybe deep runs in the tournament or the college football playoff, and then like you said, kids, I didn't even think about that school. Let me go check them out.
So. Say you're a great player in New Jersey or Pennsylvania or New York.
Sure.
You go into the Big Ten at Rutgers or Maryland or something like that. You get national TV coverage. Pretty much every game's on national TV.
It gives them a lot more fighting chance than they used to have to land quality players.
It's interesting. So tonight we'll tell a big tale, and then of course the rest of the weekend we'll see how the Big Ten fails.
That's a great win for Purdue. It's hard for me to say. So what do you think? What do you think about going forward?
I mean, Arizona's going to be tough. Purdue is a 6.5-point underdog. The line's out already. Arizona played really well last night against Arkansas. I mean, they've only lost 2 games on the year. Purdue's played up to their seeding, though. I mean, the 2 seed has made the Elite 8, second Elite 8 in the last 3 years, third Elite 8 in the last 7 years. I don't think that for granted because I know that's very, very hard to do.
Right.
They're going to have to play their best, but they beat Michigan a week ago, who's up there with Arizona. So they can do it. They're going to have to hit shots. They're not going to have to turn over the ball.
Does that Big Ten tournament run kind of prepare them for tomorrow with Arizona?
I don't think it hurts.
I mean, because they weren't favored, obviously.
Against Michigan. I mean, it's kind of house money in a way. I mean, of course, you want to win and get to Indianapolis. You're one game away from your ultimate goal. But you know you're taking on. I think they just got to go out, play hard, and put it all out there and see what happens.
Play loose.
Yeah, play loose and see what happens. So
I know Purdue has a great fan base in Rochester. There's probably some people from Rochester on the trip to San Jose, right?
Yeah, my aunt and uncle are out there. They went last night, and then, of course, we'll stay through the weekend. My parents went last week to St. Louis. They did not make it to San Jose, but I do know a bunch. If Purdue happens to win tomorrow, that
I was going to say Indianapolis will be
try to get the tickets. That's the nice thing about Indy. You don't have to travel too far, but the ticket might be hard, especially the more Big Ten teams that are down there. Might be hard to get.
Speaking from experience, when you get that far, you're really surprised at how much you're willing to pay to get.
Yeah. Well, a lot.
And I paid things for the Rose Bowl and
Sure.
I'd never pay that.
A lot of Purdue people did it 2 years ago in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Some others didn't.
I hope they get the chance.
Yeah, thank you.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be, like I said, it'd be cool for the whole state of Indiana.
And they're the late game tomorrow night, 8:49 tip on TBS.
Ooh, gotta stay up late.
Illinois and Iowa, 6:09 on. I don't know what that might be. Also, I don't know what channel. I didn't check that, but Illinois beat Houston in Houston last night. Did not see that coming.
No, I did not.
Iowa has house money.
They do. I mean, first Elite Eight since 1987, and they're 9 seed. They are playing Illinois. Illinois got a nice little win streak over Iowa, but if I'm in Illinois, I'm a little nervous because could the shoe fall finally and Iowa get them? But
Iowa's 10-10 in the Big Ten. Did they play Illinois this year? I mean,
Illinois swept them.
Yeah.
And
third time though.
yeah, it's hard to beat a team 3 times, but if you're Illinois, we are one game away to just beat Iowa to go to our first Final Four since 05, but also if we lose Iowa, then this is their second Elite Eight in the last 3 years. People forget they made it 2 years ago, but UConn smacked them. I mean, UConn went on a 30-0 run in that game in the second half.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so either way, Iowa's going to make their first Final Four in many years, where Illinois is going to make their first Final Four in a while.
Then you got Michigan and Michigan State.
Michigan plays tonight against Alabama. Michigan State plays tonight against UConn. So Duke, St. John's, and Tennessee and Iowa State tonight. So some good games tonight.
And then obviously the women's tournament as well. Notre Dame's still in that. And of course, UConn running the table still on that. I don't know if anybody can. Yeah. I watched them the other night in their matchup.
It's crazy. You know, UConn, I mean, they've always been good. But they kind of, a few years they were gettable. Now they're back to being dominant again.
UCLA might be the only team.
Yeah.
And I saw a couple games they played this year, and they smacked some big teams.
Yeah.
So, but it's nice to see Notre Dame back in the mix there for the women. So.
Well, before we talk a little more sports, I do have a trivia question this morning related to our guest here.
Well, good. So that means he should get it right.
Maybe.
Pressure's on him instead of me.
How many episodes of the First Phone Radio Show has Todd hosted? Not been a guest or assistant, but hosted. I went back and it took me a little while to do the research, but I got 4 answer choices for you. Is it 50 episodes, 75, 100, or 125?
Ooh.
I have no idea. I know you had that intern do some research about shows. Did you use the Excel spreadsheet?
No, I actually went through on YouTube. It went back and just would watch about first 5 seconds.
Just to see.
Todd's at that microphone. Okay, he hosted that day, so.
That's funny.
So hopefully my
I'm very
count's
grateful
correct.
for the opportunity to Dick and Evan and you to do this, and it's been very fun.
Yeah.
I love doing it.
Yeah, you've been a great addition to the show the last
Thank you.
handful of years. I'll say. I don't want to give any clues to the questions. So.
I don't remember when we started.
Oh, I got it down for your first show you hosted. So, but MLB season kicked off.
It did.
Well, opening day was yesterday, but they had a game Wednesday night. The Yankees beat the Giants 7-0. But opening day for a lot of clubs was yesterday. Some did not play yesterday and will play today. A lot of local teams didn't start off the greatest, but there's 161 to go.
Yeah,
So.
there's still 161 things.
Cubs and White Sox took it on the chin yesterday.
Yeah, it was not a good start.
12-4 loss for the Cubs and 14-2 loss for the White Sox.
Yeah.
So
the Pittsburgh did not start out well either.
Paul Skeens
lasted 2/3 of an inning.
Yeah, that was you would have told me that before the game. I was no way, but
we were watching a little bit of that one, just because that was the first one that was on yesterday, and they just
his defense didn't help him. No,
it wasn't all him. No, the center fielder.
Yeah.
He was looking for a gopher hole to hide into after a couple of back-to-back drops.
Yeah, he better hope that there's not a young stud prospect in center field in AAA.
Right outside that top 40 roster.
Right.
Yeah, if that 41 is a center fielder, he might be having in the next game.
But tons of
But lots of baseball. It's going to be fun.
Is this the earliest it's ever started?
Feels like it's pretty darn.
I was going to say, usually more closer to April. Yeah, usually it's April 1, 2. But
remember the old days, Reds, April 1st or 2nd. That was the opening day.
Yeah.
game.
Yep, but
But I
anymore.
suppose with 162 and all the days they
Well-
they're required to have off in between there.
Baseball fans might want to enjoy this season
Yeah.
because next year might be a strike year. It's looking really possible. So,
Never know.
yeah,
It'll be interesting.
yeah, but it'll be. The Dodgers are probably the team to beat again, but never know.
Yeah, 161
It's
more
a
to
funny
go for
sport.
some teams.
Yep. Yep.
62 to get some started.
There'll be a lot of movement around the trade deadline later this year too. So, got some tidbits here this morning. Oh, and good luck to Triton basketball.
Yeah, we
should,
wanna mention
should
that.
throw that out.
Some final actions in Indianapolis this
Yes.
weekend. 1, 2, 3, 4A's state championship for the boys, and yes, Triton has made it down there. So I think they got a good chance. Bar Reeve is a pretty good club out of the south, but Triton's playing really well. I saw them last weekend, and they just they're quick, they're young, there's no height to them.
And I know,
But,
I know that these
a lot of
players weren't associated with any of these teams, but the program's not. They're familiar
Right.
with getting
Yeah,
out.
Coach Rose has been there several
Yeah,
times, and so I think they got a good chance if they
Yeah.
play well.
Good luck to the Trojans.
Of course, one of our other sister stations out of Rockville, Park Heritage team will be there, so Johnny gets down and gets to call a game. So I want to wish them best of luck as well. Of course, Oak Hill, the sectional winners of the Rochester sectional, they got knocked off. Fort Wayne Lures.
Yeah.
Lures must be pretty good. So.
They're good at everything this
Yeah.
year. It's one of those years that they got a good class coming through. So.
But yeah, you can hear the 1 and 2A games here on Giant FM tomorrow.
Yep.
It's kind of back to that private school argument.
Yeah. Lewis is the only 4-wing one that got through this year. New Haven also got through, but there was a lot of them in the semester.
Of course, we do want to mention too, one of the former Rochester, we always talked about Garrett Weiner.
Yes.
He has resigned from Fisher,
Yes.
moving out to Iowa,
Yeah.
going to Iowa Prep out there,
Yep.
making the next move.
Good friend of mine. We graduated together in the class of 2010. I'm happy for him. I think this is a great move for his career. He has not been secret about it. His goal is to coach at the highest level he can.
Right.
And this is a step in that direction. It was hard for him though. He loved Fishers. They built an incredible team there, especially the last 3 years, going 83-3
Right.
with the state championship and a runner-up. But he just thought this is an opportunity I can't pass up.
So is this like an academy where they like bring people
Yep.
in?
It's Iowa
Keith
Prep.
Smart
which
is the coach.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Keith Smart is
Yeah.
a brand new school. Garrett will be coaching the freshmen and sophomores. And Keith coaches the juniors and seniors. It's,
Okay.
I think Team Orange, Team Black is how it's split.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And he'll learn a lot from Keith
Yes,
too.
he will.
I mean, Keith's an excellent coach and was a great player. So
Yeah.
it's a great.
Yeah, it's keep
some
your
great
eyes
opportunities.
keep your eyes on Garrett next few years.
Yeah.
I mean, should have been anyways, but he's
I'm guessing.
got a bright future.
I'm guessing next 3 to 5 we'll see him at the college.
It wouldn't shock me at all.
Is that his goal?
I think highest level, but I think college is where he wants to be eventually. So
I want to throw that out there. before
Yep,
we
thank
move
you,
on,
Randy,
too.
for mentioning that. On this day in 1972, Adolph Rupp retired after 42 years of coaching Kentucky. He won 4 national titles. His overall record at Kentucky was 876 wins and 190 losses.
Wow. That's
That's
amazing.
why the arena's named after him.
Right, exactly. I guess you do something like that and you deserve it.
Wow. On this day in 1980, Mount St. Helens became active after 123 years.
Ooh.
Do you guys remember that on the news or anything?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. On this day in 1986, Disney MGM Studios had their groundbreaking.
Mm.
It was one of many
I was gonna say.
studios, theme
Goes
parks,
from
all
there.
that stuff.
Also created, whatever they call it, Disney Studios on the Walt Disney World campus.
Yep. Disney World and Disneyland.
Yeah.
It's global empire.
What year was that, 83?
86.
86.
On this day in 1998, the Chicago Bulls played the Atlanta Hawks in the Georgia Dome in front of 62,046 people. It still holds up today as the largest crowd
Wow.
to witness an NBA game. The Bulls won 89-74. Nobody's surprised. And on this day in 2005, Grey's Anatomy debuted on ABC, still going today.
Wow.
It's my mother-in-law's favorite show, and it's in season, I don't even know anymore, but it's still going strong today. And I've asked her, how do they keep the storylines going?
No kidding.
She said sometimes they're kind of bland, but
Right.
she said there's only 1 or 2 characters still remaining
Oh,
from
wow.
when it started
Okay.
in 05, so
It's a lot.
And this is in the future, way in the future, but hardly do you see a future date on this day. On this day in 2134, the 32nd predicted passage of Halley's Comet.
Okay.
I don't think we'll be here to see that, but
So you want to make sure we mention it
Yes.
since we won't see it, right? Yeah.
I'm like,
That's crazy.
that's wild.
Space news is always.
Yeah, always fascinating. Today's World Theater Day.
Mhm.
It's also International Scribble Day, Wear a Hat Day, National Skipping Day, National Acoustic Soul Day, Quirky Country Music Song Titles Day, which I'm sure
There's several of
you
those.
could find some to play today if you went through a library. World Ad Tech Day, and International Whiskey Day.
Yeah.
So you can make a combination of those
Yeah.
and
Whatever.
have a whole fun day.
Yeah.
Speaking of theater, today's World Theater Day. The Times Theater has a fun event going on tomorrow. Aerosmith tribute band, Last Child, will be performing.
Yeah. We had another great group of people applying for tickets, and so yeah. Sounds like it'd be a great time tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty full
Yeah,
house.
it
I
is.
know our table from the bank's getting used tomorrow. So if you're an Aerosmith fan or just a fan of that genre and that era, go check them out. This band's been touring for years. Doors will open at 7. Josh Mast will be on stage at 7:15, and Last Child at 8 o'clock. So,
Be a great night downtown.
did you interview them by chance?
I did
No,
get it
no.
too. I didn't get a chance to talk to that group, but yeah, I did see some other things that they have been
Touring for a long
touring
time.
for a long time, and
Yeah.
been to New York and other
Yep.
places around.
big-
A lot of those cover bands are really, really good.
Yeah.
You can't
They've
tell
got
the
it
difference.
down.
Yeah.
If you didn't open your eyes and look, you think, well, that's not Steven Tyler. But
So to have them
sound.
right here,
Yeah.
take advantage of it.
And that's gonna be a fun part of your job too. A lot of
Yeah.
times interviewing
Oh,
these
some of
artists
these
and
guys,
bands
yeah.
before they.
Yeah, because
perform.
some of them have been all over the place, and then so
Yeah.
you start talking about some of the places they've
Interesting
been, and they're
stories
like,
and experiences.
or how they got started.
Yeah.
That's because not everybody can sing like Tyler Perry. I mean, they're just,
I mean, you can't, Randy.
No. So
Pointing
by
at me, I'm not saying.
yeah. So by the time you could do that and then continue to do that,
Yeah.
I mean, some of these stories are amazing
sure.
with these
Even
guys.
Steven Tyler can't do it.
No,
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No. And if you're thinking about buying or selling a home and not sure where to start, join Joel Gurton of our Plymouth branch. He'll be in partnership with Bethany Bauman, realtor with Remax Aspire, along with other locally industry professionals for a Let's Talk Real Estate event happening on April 9th at the Arlington Public House here in Rochester. It's a relaxed event, perfect for first-time homebuyers, sellers, or anyone curious about today's market. Get your questions answered while enjoying food, giveaways, and conversation. Seats are limited, so search Bethany Bauman, Remax Aspire on Facebook, or visit talk.soulbybauman.com to reserve your spot today.
Yeah, it's always good to stay up on top of things.
Yeah, it's gotta be a nice
especially if
event.
you're going to be in that market here soon.
Yep,
And it's a great time of year because this is a busy time of year for our mortgage people.
sure is.
Uh,
For mortgages, for HELOCs, a lot of, spring, that time of year, people are doing improvements to their home. So we got some different specials going on. We got a HELOC special going on. We got a spring mortgage special going on. So contact Ben Dalton or Stacy Wilson at our Rochester branch or Ryan Austin at our Winamac branch to get pre-approved today, and they'd be happy to help you and your family with any of your mortgage lending needs.
Yeah, I saw a house in my neighborhood that was on the market, and I don't think it was a week, and sold sign was up.
They aren't
so
staying.
they're not lasting.
Aren't lasting long at all. So, and you can always bank with us online and with our mobile app, which is free to download. And our ATM's open 24/7 as well if you need some cash. And if you're traveling, I know some schools are starting spring break coming
Yeah.
up. Some are ending spring break. So if you're traveling, going to spring break, coming back, and in an area where there's no First Federal ATM, we are part of the MoneyPass network. So you can type in moneypass.com, type in the zip code of the area you're in, and you can find a MoneyPass ATM and use that ATM without getting charged a surcharge fee. So
Might be using that this next week.
there you go. Put it to the test. Yeah, we offer Simply Free checking accounts and Simply Free business checking accounts. Right now, when you open up a new checking account, you will get a free gift. And Tanner forgot to bring it again this week. It's a humidifier fan. And I did have to place a nice little order for some more on Wednesday for one of our branches. So
Awesome.
they're going over well from what I hear. So.
That was good.
And we offer commercial lending for businesses. Contact Zach Ruger for more information. His direct line is 574-223-1731. And if you're thinking about retiring, wanting to move a 401k over, maybe get a 529 plan started for somebody, anything of that nature, contact Mark Blueball, Brian Bell, or Grant Goldman of our financial services department. They'd be happy to help you. And Grant and Brian will be our guests on one of our upcoming shows in April.
Looking forward to
I
it.
think the 24th of April, I believe.
Okay.
That's off the top of my head, but yes. Looking forward to having
Awesome.
Grant on for the first time, having Brian back on the show. He always does a great job.
And speaking of retirement, since I'm getting ready to
Yes.
talk to Brian over the last several months about timing for Social Security and Medicare, and very knowledgeable and very helpful. And if anybody has any questions, talk to that team and they'll be happy to help you out.
Yep, I've heard many similar stories from people, and yeah, they make it as easy as they can on you, and no question's a bad question for them. So I know that's always a fear of some people,
Right.
but that's what they're there for, to help you with anything you need. Keep up to date with the latest going on at First Federal Savings Bank by liking us on Facebook, following us on X and Instagram at FF Banking as our handle on those two platforms, liking us on LinkedIn, and subscribing to our YouTube channel, which you can see an archive of First Federal Radio shows. Trust me, just did it yesterday.
And go back and tell me
Dating back since 2019, and this whole studio looks a lot different.
Oh, yeah.
So we are the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We're an FDIC insured and equal housing lender. Our NMLS number is 399927.
Makes it legal, and now for the retiree.
Yes. Todd Van Sickel, who's our Senior Vice President of Operations and Technology at First Federal Savings Bank. And if anybody's listened to the show or watched before on Facebook Live, they're familiar with who Todd is.
Oh, yes.
But we might have some first-time listeners or first-time viewers this week. So, Todd, why don't you give us a little bit about your banking background? Because you've been banking for quite a while.
Quite a while. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here in Rochester, and want to thank Dick, Evan, and Amanda for that, because came here. This is actually my 10th anniversary week,
Congratulations.
which is kind of unusual for Federal Rochester employees, because we have a lot of 30 and 40 year
Yes.
players, and but I've been grateful for the opportunity. So, been in banking 43 years, mainly in Indiana banks, Nashville, Indiana, Bloomington, Indiana, Kokomo, Lafayette. Went to California for a couple of years, and then the opportunity, things came up just right to come to Rochester and do lots of great things and be in this great community. We've had lots of great guests on this radio
Sure
show.
have.
That speaks a lot to how great a community this is. There's lots of really neat things going on here that you wouldn't think would be happening in little old Rochester, Indiana.
There's a reason, I guess, this radio show is 31 years old and still
Right.
going.
Right.
There's enough to talk about, and there's enough interesting people that want to get the word out there
I
about
was
their
trying to
organizations.
recall, I think I met Dick in the 2007 to 2010 range
Oh, really?
at a Purdue tailgate.
Okay.
He was in a consortium of banks with bank presidents, and I was invited to the game, and I met Dick there, and little did I know that I'd be working for him,
Yeah.
in 2016
That's
when I
neat.
came to the bank.
Oh,
Very
Yeah.
neat.
that's a cool story.
And then I met Evan. I looked this up yesterday. It was September 13th, 2012. The reason I know that was because it was the opening day of Bears-Packers game. I met him at the game.
Really?
We were at a banking event.
Okay.
And then little did I know that 3 years later that I'd be working for Evan.
Yeah.
So it's just,
That's cool. It's funny how that you go back and
Yeah.
you can remember those things, and it all comes full circle. So
I'm very grateful to Dick. I've learned a lot of things from him. I've been in banking a long time. I just have some great Dick stories. Like the first few days I was there, I came from the environment where he wore a coat and tie, and Dick grabbed my tie one time and said, "We don't wear those." It was after 3 or 4 days, so I got the message. And then another fond memory of Dick would, on Friday evening after the bank closed, he would typically stop by my office and say, what are you doing, Todd? It's time to go home. He would kind of stand there and make me pack up and walk out the door with him.
Yes.
So that kind of talks about the culture that Dick has created at the bank. First of all, customer service, and in our community service, but also family being the most important
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
And that's the biggest thing I've learned here in Rochester is Dick called customers family members and employees family members. And that's what it is. It's a great place here, and we've got a really good community bank. One of the
Absolutely.
best I've been in, to be honest with you.
And going back, fresh out of college, did you know you wanted to get into banking?
Yes,
or
I
what
do.
led you to banking?
Growing up, I collected the pennies in the pickle jar, and I'd walk down. We had a shopping center. I'd walk down to First National Bank, Kokomo, and take those pennies and put them in my passbook savings account. A lot of people out there might remember those. And then from that point in time, I knew I wanted to get into banking because it looked like a neat environment. We hit Tanner pretty well. I mean, it was conservative people, with white shirts, suits and ties, and I learned that this is a way I could help people because I understood finances pretty well, and a bank can be an intimidating place. And I thought going into a bank, I have kind of a passion for it and expertise, and I can help people walk through the kind of intimidating things that banks make our customers do, which has gotten better over the years.
So what's with all those years of experience, what's the biggest change?
Great question. Biggest change.
From day one when you started way back when till today, what's changed the biggest?
Well, this is probably true in every industry for the most part, but even it took me getting into my third bank before we actually had a desktop computer that we had in front of us. In the early days, banking would be, there was a bookkeeping department that literally took a pencil manual ledger of your account balances. Now it's all computers.
Right.
Yeah.
That's changed, and the thing that hasn't really changed is serving customers is the most important thing.
Right.
Knowing your customers, not trying to make a customer fit into a certain box, which is great about community bank,
Yeah.
which is especially great what First Federal Savings Bank of Rochester is good about, like our mortgage department, for example. Typically there's 20% down, clean credit history, great job history. Well, not everybody has those,
Right.
and the ability to adapt to that.
Mhm.
That's a great question, Reed. I need to maybe think more about that. What's changed? I guess what's changed is the computer age in it,
Right.
and also still trying to, even with the computer age, then account numbers, people making sure customers aren't just numbers.
Yeah.
They're individuals, and that's our ability to serve those customers is makes our success of the bank, and we couldn't be here without our great customers.
Well, sometimes the computer age has challenged that maybe
Sure.
a little bit more than it did back when you had to go in face to face, because you could have that talk face to face if somebody's going in to make a deposit, where there may be people that go months without ever stepping into the bank because of mobile deposits,
Sure. Oh yeah.
depositing in the ATM.
And you got me thinking, what's changed a lot is, fraud and scams.
Yeah.
Those are much more rampant out there.
Yeah.
And it gets back to customers logging on every day, looking at their
Yeah.
balance, looking for unusual activity. We have systems, and banks have systems to try to catch fraud, but we can't stop scams
Yeah.
and
Nothing's
find
ever
people trying
perfect.
to
Yeah.
fool people. So keeping awareness out there.
Yeah.
Speaking with Todd Van Sickel this morning, Senior Vice President of Operations and Technology at First Federal Savings Bank. I got another question. Hopefully it's not too hard for you, but maybe it's one you thought of. What's the difference? You were speaking how you not only worked for banks in Indiana but also California. Is there any differences in banking out in California than Indiana?
Yeah, that was a unique bank. It was kind of in California, it was all they did is specialize in one type of loan.
Okay.
It was like 10 to 20 unit apartment complex.
Okay.
But my heart is still in community banking.
Sure.
You see your customers, at church, at the ball game or in the grocery store, and that's what's great because customers will ask you a question anytime.
Sure.
You kind of expect an answer.
Yeah.
And like when you're, at the grocery store on Saturday morning, like, I really don't know, but let me get back to you
Yes.
on Monday.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got to go look something up.
Right. Right.
So, it still comes down to the dollars at First Federal Savings Bank and the dollars across the street at another bank are really the same dollars. What makes the difference is our ability to serve our customers and tailor our services to those customers.
Customer experience.
And
Yes.
customer experience.
Yep.
And Evan's big on that, making sure
Sure.
customer experience is king, basically.
Yeah.
Just are we asking a customer to do something that just doesn't make sense?
Right.
You know, and there was a lot of that in banking. So
Yeah.
trying to streamline and make things more procedurally easy for our customers is big deal.
Right. Right.
We've had a lot of great guests, and I was trying to think about guests. Do you know the number of guests we've had on the radio show approximately? Because I know you had those numbers. But, 52 weeks
Off
a
the top of
year.
my head, yeah.
And what I've liked about this radio show is our ability to highlight a lot of nonprofits that
Sure.
are doing great things in the community, or events that are happening, just to keep our community involved. And that's been the fun part. Is you've been great to work with.
Yes.
Thank you for all that, and Tanner too. But just talking to our guests and learning
Yeah.
things new that I didn't know.
Well, there's usually not a month that doesn't go by that, I'm even learning something new
Yeah.
of a nonprofit or something. So, yeah, we thank the bank for being able to do it as well.
It's fun to have the returning guests
Yeah.
and seeing what's changed about their
Mhm.
organization or their business, but also the new ones we've never had on.
Right.
And those are some of my more enjoyable shows to host when we have
Yeah,
new
people
guests.
like Brian Johnson who could always.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes we had trouble finding a guest.
Yeah.
Or break glass. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Brian, just
Or
kidding.
Jillian Smith always.
Yes.
We always called her. They said, well, "Sure, I'd be happy to
Yeah,
help out."
yeah, we've had a lot of people willing to just jump right on when we need to.
And I think too, the neat part is kids have not been afraid anymore.
Yes,
I think early
Yes.
the kids didn't really want to be, and I know that was part of Dick's thing too with FFA
Yep.
and Ags, but some of those kids when they
Oh.
first come on, they were scared to death. But now the kids nowadays,
The group we had
Yeah.
last month, I couldn't say enough
Yeah,
about.
the FFA group. I mean,
Yeah.
They were
they
great.
could take charge and
oh yeah,
Yep.
people like Sophie McCall and
Yep.
distinguished young
Yes,
ladies
they've been
Yeah,
great.
they've been great too.
Yes.
Our future's in good hands with those
Yeah.
groups.
Yes. Well, anything else, Todd, you'd like to say on
I
your
would just like to-
last First Federal Radio Show appearance?
To thank the community.
Well, thank you, Todd.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything you've done for the bank the last 10 years, for the community. For myself personally, I want to thank you because I was telling my wife the other night that you became my manager, for everybody that doesn't know out there, in about the middle of 2020. And I've been at the bank for about 4 years by then, but hadn't worked alongside you very often. And you not only have been a great boss to me the last 2 years,
Thank
but
you.
you've become a really good friend. So
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you,
all
appreciate that.
all the help.
I appreciate all the friends and made in the community and all the organizations we've worked with. It's been a great ride. I'm not disappearing. We have moved out of town, so I'm not a resident here anymore, but I will still be in town a lot. And don't hesitate to stop by, or I'll stop by and see you. And
Stop by any
continue
Friday. I know
relationships.
it's a kind of a drive just to come up on a Friday, but yeah, feel
The
free.
mic's always available.
I can be that fill-in guest.
Yeah, there you
There
go.
you
The
go.
mic's always available for you.
Todd,
Thank you.
congratulations on a great
Yes.
career, and
Thank you.
enjoy retirement, and enjoy now doing what you want to do.
Yes.
It was remiss in not thanking WROI.
Yeah,
This
no.
has been a great relationship with
It's been fun.
WRI and the bank.
It's been a fun run, so
Thank you very much.
didn't seem like 10 years.
But yeah, time flies when you're having
Yes.
fun, right?
Yeah, so enjoy retirement.
Thank you.
Well, we'll wrap up with a trivia question related.
Now this
to
will
Todd.
be interesting.
How many episodes of the First Federal Radio Show has Todd hosted? 50, 75, 100, or 120?
I was doing it in the math in my head as we were talking earlier. We've done a rotation now where Evan, Tanner, and I rotate pretty much every 3 weeks.
Mhm.
So there's 52 weeks in a year. So that's 17 times a year.
The banking guys coming out there.
And I was thinking like, well, Dick passed away about 4 years ago, right? So it's been, Dick had a great legacy to start this show, so it's at least 4 times 17. So what are the options?
50, 75, 100, or 125?
I'll go 75.
I'm gonna go 100.
Randy is right, 100 on the nose.
Wow.
The first show you hosted was on November 6th, 2020. The guest was, at the time, Fire Chief Tom Buck.
Okay.
I remember that. I remember that.
It's strange to watch those 2020 and halfway through 2021
Uh-huh.
shows with we all were wearing masks and everything.
Right,
It was just a
right, right.
different time.
Different time.
But we'll close with some words of wisdom. Yeah, this is very fitting quote for Todd, I believe. And it's from A Wonderful Life. No man is a failure who has friends. And Todd, you have many friends.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Enjoy. Tanner, thank you very much.
Thank you.
A reminder, we're off next week.
Yes.
Because I'm going to be gone. It's my turn this time. But we'll be back in 2 weeks, so join us then.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.
With those words of wisdom, this has been the first